Okay, hi everyone and welcome. This is a Berta Blab. We're not actually on Blab because of technical issues with Blab lately, but I have today three gorgeous women with me I'm super excited to share space with. I've got Sandra, Leah and Cara, and we are going to just do the Berta Blab thing. Maybe I'll start with Sandra.
Hello.
I've chatted with you before on Blab, but let's just see what's Sandra's story this time, because like all of us constantly changing. I mean, I know my business thing has changed so much even just in the last 2 weeks, so I'm super excited to hear what's going on for you. I would say, based on the last time I talked to you, you were a foot reader and you had another awesome, sweet plan to do a virtual office co-working skill sharing thing. But now I wonder, what are you up to, woman?
Ooh. Well, the foot reading is still going on. The virtual office is kind of taking a little bit of a backseat at the moment. We're just letting that simmer away and see where that goes. But so right now I'm in talks with someone about getting a premises in an awesome chiropractic clinic to revisit my reflexology along with my foot reading. And I've pretty much kind of developed this whole energetic alignment form of reflexology. So so that's what I've been sort of working on in the background and developing my Fertile Soul program.
Look at you light up talking about those projects.
So I've been a busy little beaver. I've been just doing all the groundwork, and so it's all very exciting at the moment.
Cool. And if I was going to have a session with you at your new clinic, what would you do to me?
Okay, so depends on what you wanted, whether you wanted the reflexology. I
want the new energetic reflexology. What's that?
Yeah. Well, it's all based around all of the work that I do, really. I got inspired by this chiropractor that I have been talking to, and in our discussions about the various different forms of modalities that we work with, you know, the end result was the exact same thing. It's all about alignment at the end of the day. And, you know, he works on a physical level to align a person, which has a knock-on effect energetically and emotionally, whereas I start with the emotional and energetic side of things, and through that then, you know, affect the other parts of the body as well. So I just kind of came to the realization that I had always done this, and I sort of gave up reflexology probably about a year and a half ago, because I was very much in the zone when I was doing my reflexology sessions, and very connected and tuned in to guidance that I was receiving. But it wasn't something that I integrated into the rest of my life. So I was really out of balance for a long time, and it just really, really drained me. So I took a break and did a whole year and a half of work on me, just me. And I've just found that like beautiful sense of balance. And so I never thought I would go back to the reflexology, because I thought it was it that was draining me. But I've just, you know, recently realized that it wasn't at all. It was just the lack of integration. And through the work that I've done on myself, then I've just, you know, it's all just sort of come together.
Cool.
So so I'm integrating all of that now with the reflexology, and doing it consciously, so that it's not just something that happens, it's something that I can actually call into the process. So
cool. Yeah. That's interesting. Full circle.
Yes, very much so.
Nice. Cool. Well, let's see, Leah Wimben. Love to talk to you. You were like an intuitive strategist.
Yes.
And that's my Nuffy version. Now you can just tell me what your story is.
Okay. So I am about to relaunch my brand, which is Leah Kearns, and that's the Soul Startup Entrepreneur. And what it's all about is really living your life like it's a startup. And by the term startup, what I mean is that it's like you have all these assumptions about things, and what you do then is you go ahead and you test these assumptions, and then what you then come out of that test is you find that something either works for you or it doesn't, and in that there's learnings about what you've gone through and what you've created and what's come of it. And the idea is that you then apply what you've learnt, or you pivot and you take a new direction with whatever it is that you were testing. So that's like the startup model for business. So the point that I got to with it was, well, why not use that same model but apply it to your entire life? So my understanding about it is that if I was able to apply that model, then there's no failings, there's no feeling like you've gotten things wrong. There's only learning and experience and coming back to a place of feeling like you are, no matter what you do, you're moving forward and you're creating something that is more in line with yourself and your true nature with every step that you take. So that was really, where I'm looking to take the business. And with that, then it allows me to create products underneath that to support that as a philosophy. So it's really, my mission really is about empowering people together, like bringing them together and empowering them in their journeys for them to go ahead and go out to other people in their community and build these things that are really going to shift and change people's lives, and have them be involved in something that they really feel so awesome about every day, and they get up there and they're like, can't wait to go and help people and do this work. And that's really what it's about for me. So a large part of that has been doing intuitive business mentoring and working with practitioners and service providers who have businesses to really get them into alignment with what their business really is for them, and their larger why as to why they do it, why they're out there being of service to people. So that's been a large body of work that I have been doing for the last 18 months, and now it's about to shift gears and I've got a couple of projects kicking off. So and they're more system-based products to try and help that same segment of clients, really.
It sounds a bit more macro than what I understood it to be last time I talked to you. So if I was going to have a session with you, what would we do?
So in terms of the intuitive business mentoring, really it's about tuning into what's stopping you or what's blocking you from creating your big thing, right? So really that's where I like to start a session, but in the very beginning, it's really about understanding for you what your best life looks like, what it actually would be for you to be successful. What does that look like for you? But the place that I work from, I've developed a methodology called Soul Strategy. And what that's actually about is taking strategic tools that I've used in corporate for 14 years and bringing them into tools that actually you can feel really good about using, and creating them in a way that a lot of it's meditation based, a lot of it's about altering different brainwave states to be able to access different layers of consciousness. So for instance, the best life session is all about understanding by doing a meditation and taking the person through a meditation, and at the end of that there's a result that comes out of that is actually not a cerebral mind, this is what I think my best life looks like, I'm making lots of cash, I've got my family there, and it's to the detail specific of 1.9 million and all this kind of stuff. It's not necessarily about that. What the session's actually about is getting to the place where you feel energetic resonance in your body. Something unknowing tells you, this is what my best life would be like if I was to live that every day. And that's then we create something out of that and anchor it in the present, and we actually look at where that actually occurs for that person in the present. So it's really about working into a space where you're starting to listen to what's going on a subconscious level a little bit more and get a little bit quiet so that you can actually hear that little voice that's the knowing and the deep down being voice telling you what it is that is best aligned with you. Quite often we just don't get quiet enough to hear it. So that's really what a kind of session with me is all about. So and that can really vary then based on whatever it is that is the block for a person.
It's reminding me of a bunch of this Abraham Hicks thing I listened to the other day. She was teaching someone to just get into the feeling state of the thing you think you desire.
Yeah, it's really about so that other people can have those tools, so that at the end of the day you don't need to work with a practitioner like me in that regard. You have the ability to do it because everybody has this insight and deep intuition, deep knowing. It's just that most of us have never learned how to access it. So that's really what it's about. And then you have the tools to go away and be able to come back to that place anytime you wish. And when you're creating from that place, you're creating something that is really powerful for you, really, really tangible for you. And it is something that people talk about finding your passion all the time. It's actually what it's about. It's about energetic resonance, like really resonating with what you're doing. And therefore not passion, it just is. Like it doesn't have a label, and you just get up and want to work on it. You just get up and want to take it out there into the world. And by understanding that and knowing that, it helps you to control when that fear comes up for you, because it's always coming up no matter what way, shape or form. So it's really just about giving people those tools to be able to work through that for themselves.
Yummo. Wow, what a pack of champs. Seriously, I'm going to make a gorgeous picture for this. I need something to convey all the awesomeness in the room. Carol. I don't think I've blabbed with you before, though. This is your first blab.
Yeah.
Congrats. Yay. We can't even give props or anything.
I know. I keep wanting to press props.
What?
On Blab, you can press a button and it sends like love to people. It's called props. It's this symbol. And it's like you're clapping for them, and you can send props. So we'll just send you props. So, I don't know. How's anybody else been finding Blab? Has anyone else been managing to Blab lately?
I haven't been on it for a little while.
It's just been driving me bonkers. That's all right. We'll just send props, because Carl is first Blab. Bring it on. I would say that knowing you for a little while now, that you do kahuna body work, but you mostly actually train people in that, and that is about getting really connected to your body so that you can flow in life. How's that?
Very good.
What would you do?
That's it in a nutshell. No, that's pretty good. So so everybody's talked about different ways of addressing balance. I think the other people are talking about that, but so for me, I think the kahuna bodywork is the practices that get you ready to do bodywork or to give or receive. That it's all about feeling your body more. So when I do training, the training is always about making sure that you're in touch with your body, so that you can so you can flow more, basically. And so there's lots of the kahuna bodywork has lots of principles which are universal type of things that I've got off on a bit of a tangent, but
it's all right. It's good to tease it out.
Yeah, but basically, when I teach people, we use a movement meditation practice, and the movement meditation is something that gets you out of your head, or at least it's a movement where you have to balance yourself. It's a continuous movement, so you're working with getting in touch with the rhythms in your body. And when you're in touch with the rhythm that's in your body, then you can create more balance for yourself. So, this is more difficult than I thought, talking to people.
So I had kahuna with someone once, and they did lots of really large, they massaged me, heaps of really large sweeping movements. So do you mean that if I had kahuna with someone else, that it would potentially be quite different. Technically, it would be different movements because each person gets in their own flow and then delivers a massage in their own way.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's you being you and sharing your way of being with somebody else. So in order to do that, you need to be aware of how the energy, the movement, the rhythm is within your being. So that depends on the speed of your thoughts, your intellect. It depends on the emotions and the wave of energy of the emotion that moves through you at any given time. Unless you have self-awareness and unless you get to feel that through in a really physical way and then connect that to how you're feeling from day to day, how the emotions are that you relate to, that you experience day to day. Basically, if you've got more of an understanding of that, then when you work with other people, you get to feel where they're at. So where are they at in that given moment? So instead of me saying there's a healing process of, there's a way of understanding the body where you can just do a remedial massage and say, this is out of alignment, this muscle's tight, this is happening, that's happening. Whereas this type of work is more, I guess, holistic, and it's enjoyable for the practitioner, like as much as it is for the person receiving. So I learn more about myself and rebalance myself every time I give a session to somebody, because when I'm giving a bodywork session, I'm expanding with my thoughts, with my energetic body, but I'm also really focused and pinpoint focused on the person in front of me. So there's a huge practice involved in, I guess, in terms of just getting in that flow state, and that really is it's about being fluid and rhythmic in your own movements, and then when you can feel that, then it's like you get into more of a rhythm with yourself. Then you get to feel and become more sensitive to what's the rhythm of the person, if there's a part of them that's out of whack or that they're not in touch with, then you can address the general energetic flow within the person's body, and it balances basically through it's sensitivity and awareness training. So not just the physical body, but definitely psychological, emotional and physical, and then how they all intersect and how it all kind of works together.
It's interesting because when I've talked to you about it before, I sort of thought, Cara trains people who are masseuses. But now I think, there's been heaps of times I've given people a massage, or that I've wanted to connect with someone through touch, like my kids or whatever, my partner. And I felt that it's draining. So now I'm sparked. I'm thinking, I could learn something from you, and then I could give from a place where it's not taking my energy away.
Yeah, and that's why most people would be attracted to it, I think, in general in the first place, because we're physical beings, and it's enjoyable to move to our own rhythm. It's enjoyable to be able to allow yourself to shift from one emotion to another really quickly, and you can do that because you actually have to be able to hold yourself and move. And when you move, you need to be coordinated. And when you're moving, your brain gets out of the way, and you get to flow energetically more. So you don't get drained, and you feel more connected to your own body and more aware of what things are moving through you at any, like when you're actually giving.
So if I was going to do a training with you or something, what would you do to me? Because you don't really do one-on-one sessions so much, do you? You've got work retreat.
Yeah, a bit of both. So I do the one-on-one sessions.
What would we do? What would you do?
Well, it's bodywork session can, like, it depends where you are and what you need and what you want. Sometimes I spend the first 15 minutes having a look at somebody's posture and talking about the particular problem. Like most people come and the idea for massage that you're going to, help to relieve a particular physical problem, and then sometimes that then leads to looking at the mind and body connection. Sometimes I get pictures and images for people of something that might be just standing in their way that's blocking them, so that really, like me keying into what I see in the body or what is there can actually so I can verbally talk about where people are at with their health. That just depends whether the person's open to that or not. And then I work with heated stones if they're needed, crystals if they're needed. It's just, it just depends what the person's up for. If it's an hour and a half treatment, 2-hour treatment, it's body work. So it's addressing your whole self. So some people come purely for fixing a body ailment, and I can bring a whole bunch of different remedial massage things to the table, but the Kahuna bodywork is mostly just about allowing your energy within you to help you to alleviate health problems that are accumulating because of your mental state, emotional state, and those kind of blocks. So once I start to move in rhythm, your body can then feel its own rhythm gather, you can get a sense of that again, and then it gives people a really uplifted feeling. So usually people leave not feeling groggy like a normal massage, or sometimes a normal massage can make you feel a bit like spaced out, but this is more of okay, I'm relaxed, but I feel uplifted. So that's yeah.
Well, that sounds yummy. I think we should have a retreat where, like, all of you, and I could just come and I'd just be so lashed out and on purpose, and it would just be completely amazing.
Yeah.
Where should we have it?
Somewhere warm.
Bali. I think we should go to Bali. I think that's probably quite easy for everybody, don't you? I know lots of people there now who can sort it out for us.
So tempting. So many people have retreats in Bali, don't they? I guess it's quite affordable.
It's a good destination, I think.
It's a what?
But Cara, I find it really interesting what you were talking about there, because actually that's really, a lot of that is what I do in my reflexology as well. Yeah. I've always moved a lot, and I can't do it from a static position, and and that's probably why I've experienced the things that I've experienced through my reflexology, even though it all just sort of happened naturally. It wasn't anything that the reflexology I was trained in, but everything else I wasn't. And I find, for me, I actually get into a trance state pretty much through the movement that I do, which is just glorious. And like that, again, images and things come through to me, that because you just get really in touch with the other person's energy, and you just it's such a deep connection that it's lovely. It's really, really nice. It's a very special thing. So I'd love to talk to you again about your work, because it seems so similar, but obviously I'm just working on the feet.
Glorious. I saw some feet the other day and I thought, I'd love to hear what Sandra had to say about those feet.
Yeah, I would love it. I'd love to have a reading of the feet. Yeah.
We'll have to arrange a little
session
thing, because you're in Sydney actually, aren't you?
Yeah, are you in Sydney?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we should definitely hook up. Yeah.
We'll do that afterwards.
Yeah. Well, let's do a tip. I always love a tip, because you guys are all freaking awesome, and it seems like there's such a common thread of like the whole person and energy, and I'd love any just tip for what would it be? I mean, just about how to, I guess flow seems like a good idea, but any kind of tip. Do you need an inspiration, or have you all got something that's, usually there's something that's up for everybody? They're like, this is the thing I have to tell everybody about today because this is my thing.
I'll start if that's all right.
Let's go.
Yeah, I I really got some wisdom from this last workshop that I went to that I guess it depends where you're at in terms of whether it resonates, but it's the idea of motion. So again, that movement, so motion leading to more motion in your life. So when you're getting stuck on something, that thing of like, you know, that decluttering or cleaning things up, or like I was starting to get, you know, feelings that, you know, some things in my life are not sitting right for me and just really not sure of where to go to next. So I took the principles from the kind of the massage and this idea of movement, and I just cleaned everything like crazy in my house and just kept sort of going and just moving and cleaning stuff up. And basically it's like it you know, I did things like, you know, repairing lights and, you know, things that I'd put off for ages. And what happened was then I actually averted having a car accident because I fixed lights in my kitchen. I then went to, because I cleaned everything up, and I then saw a bill for, you know, getting my rego done. And then the rego wasn't due for one whole month, like another month later. And I was leaving that. I wasn't going to get it. I wasn't going to get the car serviced at all. I ended up taking the papers and just like, you know, like just the natural progression of like, you know, do one thing, clean this, do the next thing, do the next, do the next. And basically I took the car to get it serviced, and, you know, something was broken, and they said if I had have driven it on the coast on this drive that I was going on, the car would have blown up.
Oh my God.
And it's basically like, you know, in the past I probably would have thought like, you know, it's intuition or it's magic or whatever, but like it's basically just keep moving, like just keep doing, you know, one thing after the other, and then things just fall, you know, into place. And it's like, it's that constant rhythm of like your universe will talk to you, your environment talks to you if you just keep paying attention to what's in front of you. So it's really simple stuff, like really simple, take care of the thing, like paying the bill, taking the car to get serviced. And like it is those things that make, you know, things simple and, you know, create flow in life. And so that's my piece of tip for today, because I just it was a really cool thing, and I just I had to share that.
That's amazing. And every time you say motion, I want to get going. Like I don't want to sit still. I want to start, because I sit still for a lot of hours a day, and then my meditation practice is about sitting still. I mean, it's okay because within that you become aware of other movement, but there is something about being still that it's sort of it does. Things go into lockdown and things become static and stayed, and
you can get clarity through moving, you know, like things can come on the fly when you're actually in a process of motion. And it doesn't have to be huge big movements or you know, big breathing and dancing and whatever, chanting. It's just little stuff like cleaning your house is like, you know, and going from one thing to the next, and then it's like and then things talk to you. And so that's the clarity, just following one thing after the other.
I love it. Can totally resonate with that at solstice and just clearing things out and starting a new cycle. Thank you. Sandra,
I would like to follow on from that, because something that keeps coming up for me at the moment is all about water. And we are just vessels for water, and water has a natural instinct for movement. And so if you're not moving, that water is becoming stagnant. And there's been tests to show that, you know, water is a live entity, and the water that comes through your taps is not, it's dead, because it's been in this, you know, in this confined space and stagnant and not moving with its natural flow. And so it's the exact same principle that you're applying to yourself. You're just a vessel for this water. So if you're sitting stagnant and you're in this, you know, confined space the whole time, then the water is dying off. You know, it's not, there's no life left in it. So by continually moving and being more fluid, then you're re-energizing it and you're giving it back life. And you know, something that I'm working a lot with at the moment is using intention with water, with yourself. And you know, with any water that you consume, or you know, that's around you, and giving that love and gratitude, and watching the magic that evolves from that process. And for me, it just feels like such a more powerful approach. You know, I know a lot of people who do distant healing on an energetic level, and yes, it's really, really powerful. But for me, water just seems so simple. It's like you know, it's proven that you give certain intentions to water, and it changes the dynamic of the water. And that's what we are. We're 70 to 90% water. That's simple. You know, you set those intentions, and you continuously fuel that and give it movement and you know, give it beauty, and that's what your life becomes.
I love that. Yeah.
And I think that's exactly, like, a lot of people get hung up on energy as a woo thing, like it's really woo-woo, it's out there, it's whatever. But all we're talking about is a state of frequency. So everything has a vibration and everything has a frequency. And energetics on a physics level is atoms and particles coming together in order to form something, right? So that's like everything is made up of that. So when you consider that in a fact of, you know, kinetic frequency and kinetic vibration, like that's what we're talking about when we're talking about movement. Or we could be talking light frequency. Light frequency has a particular vibration to it. So these different vibrations are actually what you can work with and be in frequency with in order to be able to get that movement in your life and to be in alignment with where you're naturally aligned to be. And when you're in natural alignment to your true nature, to your true self, everything will flow and it will become easier. And even the stuff that you feel like is shit there'll be something in it for you, and you'll actually be able to have awareness around, well, why is this being so shitty for me right now? You know, because you'll be in a state of being able to be actually able to have awareness around it, to see what's the lesson in that. You know, why is that a thing for me? Why is that person, why am I having a problem with that person? Why is things difficult for me? Why can't I not afford this? You know, to be able to really stop and take notice of what is going on for you and what isn't going on for you. And then you have the moment of realization of being able to change your state through movement, or change your state through light energy, or change your state through a matter of making a different choice. You know, and if that's cleaning out your cupboards, and that's, you know, making space to make something else new come through, you know, something else cannot come when everything's so packed full. If you go out and buy your new clothes and you go to put them in your cupboard and your cupboard's so full, you can't actually put them anywhere, right? So it's like that with anything. Anything is like that. So if I was single and I wanted a new man to come into my life and sweep me off my feet. Well, if my headspace is so full of all the old ex-boyfriends who did me wrong, and, you know, self-hate around I'm not good enough, or I just need somebody else in order for my life to be complete even, or, you know, thoughts and comments, but this is so jam-packed in here. How is that possible that person can actually come in? There's no space. There's nothing, no space. So I think it kind of is really important to think about whether it's kinetic or whether it's light energy or whether it's, you know, that's movement, and that's creating that space for new things to happen, and therefore to be able to feel like you're making progress and you're moving forward and things are happening for you and you're in flow. So yeah,
yummy. I can relate to all of that. So beautiful. Has anyone got something that they want to promote? Has anyone got any little somethings, workshops or websites or Facebooks or anything?
I'm just about to launch a new Facebook group called The Light League. and it's for anybody who really wants to apply practical intuition to their life, and start to be surrounded by other people who are doing the same. So it's a playful group. It's about noticing the little things and not, thinking that things are storied or magical or whatever, but really just having a play with setting intentions and seeing what comes out of having a try and doing a little bit of stuff,
Cool.
Having that human experience. Yeah, it's up.
Cool.
Yeah.
How exciting.
Yeah, so the Light League, Soul Strategy Light League, it's called.
Cool. And
Nice.
Carol, what have you got going on? You got a something?
Oh yeah, I've got a one-day self-care retreat. So that's on the 10th of July. It's actually quite full, which is pretty awesome.
Wonderful.
So I don't know how many more people I can fit in the space that I've got, but you're all welcome to come, and we'll work it out.
Yeah.
Legs up the wall, legs up the door, legs in the windows, whatever. Yeah.
And otherwise, people can find you Inspired Flow on Facebook.
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah,
Inspired Flow. Yeah.
And website. Gorgeous website. Oh,
It's
Sandra.
I still want her website. I'm still working on mine.
Okay.
So I've just recently launched a group for my clients on Facebook. So if you are a reflexology or foot reading client, past or present, you currently get free access to this group. It's called the Fertile Soul, and basically it's a testing ground for the Fertile Soul program that I'm creating. So I'm just over a period of time throwing out all of the inspiration that I'm having and seeing, what really resonates with people, and really had to refine it all until something that I'm really happy with putting out there. So
you do have a group. Someone said to me the other day, doesn't Sandra have a group? I was like, only Conscious Conversations. I don't know about anything else.
Yes, so this is literally, I set it up just before I took my trip off to Bali, and I've just started working on it this week. And quite interesting, because we started with the Create Your Dream Life challenge. So it's been quite interesting listening to Leah today. We are ridiculously in sync at times.
Wonderful.
So it's already quite a lot of fun, and I'm enjoying it. So that's what I'm up to.
Yay. Well, thanks, y'all. I don't know. At the moment, I'm promoting done for you services. I haven't really said what I do. I can say what I do. I do marketing, and I think a huge part of marketing is sharing our stories. Really, that's what I do, and that's why I love having Blabs and hearing everyone articulate so beautifully what their service is and what their unique selling proposition is, without me saying, and what's your unique selling proposition, and what's your, without it being really stiff and disgusting and stupid. Like, this is my style of marketing, where we actually get to tell our stories and share our expertise and have a delicious time. And lately I've just been totally up-leveling my business and changing things up, and I've got done for you services now for people. So social media ongoing, email ongoing, as well as strategy sessions, which I don't call strategy sessions. It's more like an action plan session, but it is actually marketing strategy, because that's what I am. I'm a marketing consultant. So yeah, people can just find me on Facebook. Natasha Berta Media is my page. And yeah, I'm just about to launch another round of Marketing Prowess Mastermind. I need one more page.
Yay!
Very exciting. I'm so grateful. So yeah, I don't know if that'll be available, but if anyone's interested in doing a marketing mastermind, you can just get in touch with me, because I'll just keep running them as long as people want to do it. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, 7:44. That's amazing. Thank you so much for coming on with me.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks, Natasha.
No.